What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. Today we're going to talk about the fact that since the change this week, the Heartbreaker chess piece is no longer the biggest damage piece in builds right now. And I know that's going to be a little bit of a shock, but there is another piece in the game that you could put in your chess slot that will actually give you more damage. Just before we get started though, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, or hit the bell so you are notified when I upload more Division videos. Or even better, come on over to Twitch. I could be streaming live right now. And if you need a community Discord, you'll find the link in the description down below. Alright, so let's get started. So this is the build you'll see a lot of people running right now, give or take the Coyote's mask. You would generally put a Fenris mask in its place, but depending if you want to give team buffs or not, there's very little difference between the two builds. But this is not the strongest setup, and since the change that they made to Heartbreaker this week just gone, and if you don't know what has happened, the stacks in Heartbreaker are now no longer multiplicative with themselves. The damage is still multiplicative, so you still get 100% multiplicative damage at max stats, but they're no longer multiplicative with themselves, which means the total bonus is now 100% at max instead of the 170 that it was previously. But the set is still really strong, and check out my previous videos to see all that math. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap this build around a little bit live here now on the video and show you basically how this can be made better. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and change our specialization. And there's a couple of reasons for this. We're going to change it to sharpshooter. Now, when I say we're changing it to sharpshooter, we'll look at the sharpshooter tree. And you can see here, we get this here, 15% increased weapon stability, reduced recoil and faster reacquisition of targets. We want that for what we are going to do. And there is some viability for this one as well, depending on what weapon you decide to take. We'll head back into the range. Now, first things first, like in all builds, we need to make sure our crit chance is 60%, because that's the sweet spot. And this being an all red build, it's very important that we're at that as well. So we're going to get rid of this mask. The mask is going, and we want a crit chance mask. That one will do nicely. You can see now we've dropped off some mods and things like that. We're going to use the same weapons, that's fine, but we're going to change this chest piece. Can you guess what I'm going to change it to? I'm going to change it to the pristine example. Now, I know you're already wondering, that makes no sense, it's marksman rifle damage, but trust me, just bear with me 1 second. So now we're going to check out what our stats are. We've only got 44% crit chance right now, which is definitely not enough. So what we're going to do, we'll put a crit chance mod in here. And I'll show you the stats. I've got all the stats and all the numbers for you as well for you to see, so don't worry about that. Send the link to chat. We're going to want some crit chance here. And we've got crit chance there. We've got crit chance there. What are we at now? 55. We are 5 short. So we're going to change the backpack. We're going to come away from Grupo. We're going to go with Seska now. And we're at 60%. Are we over? We'll change this to crit damage just to check. Yes, we are. Are we still over? We need to change this now. 55. Okay, perfect. Change this back to chance. And then in our empty mod slots, we can put damage. Some of you may already be guessing where I'm going with this. Perfect. Okay, so we have got some options right off the bat. I'm using the pristine example because it does give me more damage I'm running regular focus and the Providence chest piece. So there's just that to take into account. The difference is minimal though. Like we're talking maybe like 100 damage per shot. There's next to no difference. So if you've not got a pristine example that fits, you can always run a Providence chest piece instead. But this is going to be the new build. Now, obviously, this has a very, very, very certain play style. And would I recommend it for solo play? Probably not. But we'll put some footage at the end for you to check out anyway. For group play, though, as a DPS, it absolutely smacks. And it smacks way more than the build I just showed you. So, for instance, what we'll see now is some examples. So we'll build our stacks just as you would normally, and then you start off shooting and you've got to like scoped in play. But look already, you see how quick that's built up. We're nearly breaking 2 million, and there we go, we've brought 2 million. We're at the top now. 2213. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And you can just imagine just sitting back, firing away. You don't need to use the Kingbreaker. I'm just using the Kingbreaker as an example. If you perhaps use the Police M4, a Carbine 7, the damage you can put out is insane. And when I talked about before, your weapon of choice, it doesn't have to be an assault rifle. So you could perhaps take an M1A with flatline. Now, again, we have to put the scope on. Now, we are going to be 5% crit chance short on this for the moment. You would have to rectify that in the build, but just to give you an example of some numbers. 4, 5, and this is everyone's favourite M1A from back in the day. 6. How high are we going to go? And we're going to finish off at just at 6. Did we hit just shy of 6 there? Just shy of 6 if we can keep them right at the top. Or you could go a different way altogether. And maybe use the brand new Dread edit. Because as well, that will proc focus too now that it's been fixed. And it's much more stable, because we've got 2 sets of stability bonuses coming in here. One from Heartbreaker and one from running the TAC 50 specialization. I was hoping that the dirt would work in this, because if you look at it here, it has a scope that you can't modify. It says it's 8 times. And for the perfect focus, we need 8 times or higher. And it doesn't seem to work. And I'm not sure if it should, if it's just bugged like the Dread was previously. But if you notice when you zoom in, you just don't get stacks, which is a shame because this would be absolutely amazing. Well, maybe there's other LMGs that you can do that with. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. But what we'll do, we'll flip back just to the Kingbreaker. And we'll look at it again at max damage. We'll get them stacks up. This definitely isn't a build for the, it's not a light-hearted build at all. It's difficult to control. But you can see the 2, 1, 3 coming out. Just absolutely crazy. Really, really good. And if we bob ourselves out of damage, out of action there, and we go back to the other build I was talking about here. And we'll build stacks up on it again. And you can see here, we're hitting for slightly less. So it is more damage with perfect focus. It's not a lot of extra damage, but it is more damage. And I wanted to throw that out there because there could be options that I am not thinking about. And I do want to explore this a little bit and just see what really high DPS, we can come up with. Now, here are the stats for what I've just shown you. And what is certainly interesting is the total DPS figures. So it really does add up over time. So if you're good with using a scope and you like playing scoped in, there's actually a lot of DPS here that's, you know, the numbers might not seem a lot between themselves, but when it comes to a total or it comes to a per magazine, actually you can do quite a bit more. And as well, it doesn't take a lot of time to build them stacks up and start beating out not having perfect focus, because focus stacks so very quickly. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm going to put a little bit of footage in now at the end for you to check out. I'll run a little bit of Lincoln Memorial. Don't forget to hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, or come on over to Twitch, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Goodbye.
We need you to secure the memorial and remove the True Sons' forces. If they maintain this outpost, the True Sons will be a direct threat to the campus.
Hostiles in the memorial compound. They're moving south. There's a gate between you. It looks closed from here.
Agent, you'll need to find a way to open that gate. In the perimeter! That can't be all of them. Check the interior while I get Henry's people to maintain the perimeter.